Coming up at 11, the Appies took place tonight in Prestonsburg.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. The 2022 Appalachian Arts and Entertainment Awards, or the Appies, took place tonight in Prestonsburg. WYMT's Alyssa Williams was there to see the festivities unfold.
It's no secret that the Appalachian Mountains have produced talented musicians, artists, and writers, and many of them gathered under one roof on Saturday for the Appalachian Arts and Entertainment Awards in Prestonsburg.
It's you know, when you're a musician, you kind of belong to an informal family, and it's kind of cool to see all your different family members that you don't even know, and you're meeting them, and it's kind of like one big reunion.
The Appies doesn't only recognize Appalachians in country or bluegrass music, the awards span across different genres.
It's pretty interesting. A lot of country artists are around here, not many rap, but like Jack Harlow, ESTG coming out of Kentucky, it's helping out a lot. And Bryson Tiller, yeah.
Educators, TV personalities, and writers were also recognized.
It's really neat that I had, the opportunity to be included because it is such a wide array, and it's not just focused on music. It includes other arenas in art and entertainment. So even though I write about music, normally, I wouldn't be up for something like this.
The event was emceed by Taylor Lynn and Trey Twitty, the grandchildren of Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty, who say it's nice to have an awards ceremony that honors the mountains and the talent within them.
So many stars born in these hills. I mean, Loretta Lynn, Dwight Yoakam, Crystal Gale, Patty Loveless, Chris Stapleton. Yeah.
This is where country music started, really. Bristol, Tennessee, up this area, Eastern Tennessee, Eastern Kentucky, where the Carters came from. This is where it all came from.
Recognizing the Appalachians who helped put a spotlight on this region. In Prestonsburg, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Music journalist and event co-coordinator Jessica Blankenship adds that the Appies not only recognizes the talent that come from the mountains, but also helps to paint a positive image of the Appalachian region. Today in Johnson County, folks gathered to celebrate a country music legend. Thursday is Loretta Lynn's 90th birthday, and Johnson County is celebrating by declaring April 9th through April 14th Loretta Lynn Week. Officials and family members gathered at the Loretta Lynn home place on Butcher Hollow to kick off the week and announce a historical marker to be placed on the site. Loretta Lynn's granddaughter was in attendance and spoke about her grandma's legacy in the small community where she grew up.
The thing that people love so much about Meemaw is the way that she's so authentic and tells such a beautiful story, weaves her life together on paper and in music. And without this place, we wouldn't have really a Loretta Lynn that we know. We wouldn't have the movie Coal Miner's Daughter.
Today's celebration was only the beginning, and there will be plenty of chances to celebrate the country music icon. You can find a list of those events over on our website at WYMT.com. The City of London hosted its annual Redbud Ride today. Seeing more than 930 bikers pre-register for the event, participants braced the cold weather and early hours. The event kicked off at 7:30 a.m. at the city's Farmers Market. Director for the London Downtown Inc., Daniel Carmack, says the event is part of something bigger.
So the Redbud Ride is part of what's called the Kentucky Cycling Challenge, or the Century Ride, and so a lot of riders will come to this ride. This is the first one of the season and of the events that are part of that challenge.
Carmack says he wants to thank everyone who made this year's Redbud Ride a success. He says they're already looking forward to the next one.
Well, a frigid night is in store across the mountains as temperatures plummet into the upper 20s and lower 30s. And because of that, a freeze warning in effect for most of the area, and this will last until Sunday morning. So if you do have any outdoor plants, be sure to protect those through the overnight hours. Temperatures right now anywhere from the upper 30s to upper 20s, 29 in Monticello, 37 in Jackson, 38 over in Prestonsburg. Those showers we had earlier today are long gone, and we stay dry through the rest of the overnight, and we stay dry into your Sunday as well. A really nice end to our weekend is in store. I got that full forecast and some warmer weather on the way in just a little bit. Keaton.
Thanks, Cameron. An Ashland bricklayer was honored Sunday for 75 years of service. 93-year-old Eugene David Clark has been a member of the International Union of Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for 75 years, since he was 18 years old. He's a second-generation bricklayer, and his son followed in his footsteps to become a third-generation craft worker. Clark's accomplishments with the union can be seen all throughout Boyd County. As a bricklayer, he helped to build the King's Daughters Child Care Center, the Ashland Oil Building, the Kroger Shipping Center, and the Ashland Town Center, among many more. Clark's been a member for 75 out of the 155 years the union has been around. Even with the winter-like weather, it's been a busy day at Keeneland for the second day of spring meet. Jeremy Tom shows us how fans are staying warm and still having fun.
Fans tell me they could hardly believe that snow was falling on the bluegrass today, but they still bundled up and came out to Keeneland in great numbers to catch the bluegrass stakes. For some, it's their first time. For others, it's one of many visits. But all tell me they've loved this day at Keeneland, although they haven't loved the weather. Janie and David D'Amico came from Nashville and were picturing a 65-degree sunny day. While they say they regret not getting tickets to sit inside, they didn't want to pass up on a day at the track.
I mean, this is one of the great racetracks in the country. You know, this and Del Mar, Saratoga. You know, so this is it's an opportunity to be around some really class people, class horse racing.
Amy Gregory with Keeneland says some people did give up their tickets due to the conditions, but that only opened up the opportunity for others to fill their seats and enjoy a full day of fun at the racetrack. In Lexington, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
The major Kentucky Derby prep race, the Bluegrass Stakes, were also run today. Drivers are feeling a little less pain at the pump as fuel prices retreat. Today, a gallon of regular gas averages $4.12 nationwide. Hard to believe that's the lowest price in more than a month. But buyers of diesel fuel are really feeling the pinch. That includes the nation's school districts. With diesel at over $5 a gallon nationwide, one school district in Maryland is burning through an estimated 18,000 gallons a day.
Go really around 4.5 times around the world. It's about 112,000 miles per day on our buses.
Many public school systems in America have signed a long-term fuel contract to attempt to lock in a price. This week, the Biden administration announced a release from the strategic oil reserves, and some states are waiving gas taxes. But school administrators say they're expecting to be tested by high fuel prices for at least the rest of the next school year. The NFL world is mourning the death of Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Dwayne Haskins. The 24-year-old was struck and killed by a dump truck while he tried to cross a highway on foot in South Florida Saturday morning. The Florida Highway Patrol says Haskins was walking on the westbound lanes of Interstate 595 for unknown reasons when the fatal accident happened. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin said he was devastated and at a loss for words, going on to say the young quarterback quickly became part of our Steelers family. Just last month, Haskins re-signed with Pittsburgh after spending last season as a backup to longtime quarterback Big Ben, who has since retired. In college, he started at Ohio State and finished third in the 2018 Heisman Trophy voting. Another Biden administration cabinet member has tested positive for COVID-19. Secretary of Agriculture Tom Vilsack joins Attorney General Merrick Garland and Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo on the list. The White House says Vilsack is not considered in close contact in terms of exposing President Biden to coronavirus. Vilsack's positive COVID test is the latest in a significant outbreak on Capitol Hill, which includes House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. As many as 67 people appear to have been infected at the elite Gridiron Dinner in Washington on April 2nd. Coming up at 11, Russia pulls its forces away from Kiev but continues its aerial onslaught in the country.
A freeze is likely across the mountains tonight, but warmer days are ahead. I have your latest forecast coming up.